Operation Shiny Pebble begins now. One small hoopoe, one big mission. If I can sneak this pebble past the dreadful, dastardly Captain Suhail, victory shall be mine.
Ooh, Uncle Zaki, are we playing spies again? Can I be part of the mission?
Shh, Noora. Every great heist requires silence and dramatic whispering, like this.
You sound like a rooster with a sore throat.
Caught ye red-winged young feathers, and wee feathers too. No one sneaks past Captain Suhail ibn al-Bar, master of the high sea and the high skies.
Captain, must you always appear like a shadowy seagull of doom?
Uncle Zaki, you nearly dropped the pebble. Worst spy ever.
Aye, lass, every great heist ends with one thing. The watchful eye of a clever captain. Remember that.
So much for my master plan. But you're right, every plan has a counter-plan.
Aye, lad, mark me words. The best heist is the one ye snore through.
Mirage Digital presents The Amazing Stories with Zaki the Hoopoe. Season 2 Finale, Episode 25, The Night of Hijra. Salam, my fine feathered friends! It's me, Zaki, the Hoopoe, your favorite storytelling bird. Welcome to another amazing adventure on Amazing Stories with Zaki the Hoopoe.
And don't forget me. Hi, everyone. It's Noora. I'm back for the story, too.
And the greatest sea captain in all the skies, Captain Suhail ibn al-Bar, here to spin the sails of this tale.
Spin the sails of this tale? Oh, dear. Yes, the whole crew is here. And my friends, tonight is no ordinary story. This one is very special. It's the grand finale of our season.
Finale? Does that mean it's the last story ever?
No, my clever chick. Not the last story ever. Just the end of this season. And what an ending it will be. A night filled with danger, bravery, and plans within plans.
Aye, and probably a captain or two saving the day, I'd wager.
Sit close, my friends, for tonight we tell the tale of the Night of Hijra. On a very quiet night in Makkah, some leaders of Quraysh met in secret. They were upset that more and more people were listening to the Prophet and turning to the worship of one God.
Why did they meet at night, Uncle Zaki?
Because they wanted to hide their plan. They wanted no one to see them and no one to stop them.
Aye, shadows, whispers, and sneaky tiptoes. The perfect time for a sneak in and snacks.
Captain, please! This is serious! Here was their plan. Step 1. Every tribe will send one man. Not just one tribe, all the tribes.
So, many people together?
Yes. If many people join, then no one person can be blamed.
Spread the blame like sea spray in a storm. Can't catch a single drop, can ye?
Step 2. They will cover their faces. Masks, scarves, shadows, so no one knows who is who.
That sounds scary.
It does. And it was meant to be. They wanted to make fear. Step 3. They will wait until the city sleeps. When the streets are empty, when most lamps are dark, they will move like shadows through the alleys. Quiet feet, quiet hands, quiet voices.
Where will they go?
To the Prophet's house. Step 4, they will surround the house. Some at the door, some by the wall, some near the small window.
Every angle covered, like ships circling a little island.
Yes, Captain, that's what they wanted. Step 5, they will wait for the signal. And at the same time, all together, they will attack.
Attack the Prophet?
Yes, little one. They wanted to hurt him and stop his message forever. That was their plan. They thought it was perfect. Many tribes, many men, faces covered, one moment, one strike. Then each man would run back to his tribe.
Operation Nobody Knows. A terrible plan, but very organized.
Hurting someone for telling the truth is never right. Making a careful plan does not make a wrong thing good.
Did anyone try to stop them?
Sometimes the best way to stop a bad plan is with a better plan. So the Quraysh finished their whispers. They tied their masks. They checked their blades. They chose the quietest paths. And when the night grew deepest, they began to move.
Phase 1, sneak. Phase 2, surround. Phase 3, snacks.
No, Captain, not snacks.
Uncle Zaki, what will happen?
Be patient, little chick. We are only at the plan. The night is not finished yet. They had a plan, but plans can have surprises. Shall we see what happens next? The Quraysh were not the only ones making plans that night. Allah Himself warned the Prophet of the conspiracy. The Quraysh wanted to end his message, but Allah had a greater plan.
Allah told the Prophet?
Yes, little one. Allah revealed to the Prophet what the Quraysh were plotting. And so, the Prophet began to prepare. One by one, the Muslims were told to leave Makkah. Ammar, Bilal, Hamza, and many others.
Wait a minute. Hamza was gone too. Blimey, I don't like this tale.
Some of the Muslims had already gone. Others left that very night. The city that was once filled with their prayers was becoming quieter and quieter.
Aye, like ships slipping away from the harbor before a storm.
Yes, Captain. Each companion was sent to safety so the Quraysh could not harm them. What matters is this. The Prophet was making sure his people were safe. And then, the Prophet prepared for himself. While the Quraysh sharpened their blades and crept through shadows, he prepared a different kind of journey.
Where would he go?
To a place where his message could grow. To a place where people welcomed him. To Medina. But leaving Makkah was not simple. The Quraysh were everywhere. They watched every road. They watched every path. They watched every house.
Aye, escaping a city filled with enemies. That's like sneaking past a whole fleet of ships in the dead of night.
Yes, Captain. It would take courage. It would take patience. And it would take trust in Allah. The Prophet waited until the night grew deep, until the houses grew silent, until even the torches burned low. And then, with quiet steps, he prepared to leave Makkah.
All alone?
Not alone, never alone, for Allah was with him. The Quraysh had their plan, but the Prophet had his, and soon the two plans would collide. That night, Makkah slept. The streets were dark, the doors were shut, and the last lamps burned low. The Quraysh moved like shadows. Their faces were rapt, their eyes hard. They had sworn to strike together, so no one man could be blamed. They crept through the alleys. They did not speak. They only pointed and signaled. One by one, they reached the Prophet's house. Some crouched near the door, some pressed against the wall, and others slipped toward the window.
They were all around him.
Yes, little one. They surrounded the house like a ring of wolves. Each man tightened his grip on his blade, waiting for the sign. Their leader raised his hand. It hung in the air. Every man held his breath.
Aye, waiting for the signal.
And then the hand dropped. The men moved as one. They slipped inside, as silent as falling sand. They gathered around the bed. 12 shadows, maybe more, all with blades raised. In the dim glow of the room, they saw a figure resting beneath a blanket. A soft light seemed to shine there, gentle as moonlight.
Was it the Prophet?
They leaned closer. Their hands trembled. Sweat slid down their brows. One of them reached forward, his fingers quivering, and took hold of the blanket. The blanket was drawn back, and the faces of the men froze. It was not Muhammad, peace be upon him. It was Ali. Ali ibn Abi Talib, lying calm, steady, and unafraid in the Prophet's bed. Their blades hovered in the air, but no one struck. Their eyes darted to one another. Time itself seemed to stop in that small room.
By the stars.
The Quraysh had planned every detail, but they had not planned for this. Prophet Muhammad had already left Makkah. And what happened next, my friends, is a story for another night.
Uncle Zaki, will Ali be okay? The Quraysh were standing right there with their swords.
We'll have to wait and see, little one. Ali was brave beyond words. He put himself in danger so the Prophet could continue his mission. It was an act of sacrifice, of courage, and of complete trust in Allah. And though the Quraysh planned harm, Allah's plan was greater.
So the Prophet wasn't even there? He was already safe?
Now, I'm not going to spoil anything for our listeners. You'll have to wait and tune in to next season.
But now we don't get to hear what happens next until the next season? That's so unfair!
Patience, little one. Stories like journeys sometimes pause at the edge of a chapter, and waiting can make the next part even more precious. My fine feathered friends, tonight's lesson is this. Allah is the best of planners. No matter how dark the night, His wisdom shines brighter. And Ali's courage reminds us that true bravery is not just fighting, it is standing firm, trusting Allah, even when danger is near.
So, trusting Allah is like having the strongest shield?
The strongest shield of all. And with this, our season comes to a close. We began with the Prophet as a child, alone but cared for by Allah. We saw him grow, guided by wisdom, kindness, and strength. We met Khadijah, Ali, Hamza, Bilal, and so many others. We saw sorrow and joy, danger and miracles. And now we end with the Hijra, the night that changed history forever. But don't flap your wings in worry, my friends. This is not the end. Between now and Season 3, we will still share special stories, little treasures to keep your hearts full until we return to the Prophet's journey.
Phew! I thought we'd be waiting forever. Specials sound perfect.
Ah, you see, even waiting can bring surprises. So thank you, my fine feathered friends, for flying with us through this season. May your hearts stay brave, your faith stay strong, and your curiosity never fade.
Aye, end of a season, end of a tale. But worry not, young feathers, for every ending is but a beginning. Unless it's a beginning, then it's not an ending. Unless the ending ends the beginning before it begins. Blast it! Now, I don't know if I'm ending, beginning, or just squawking in between.
This story was produced by Mirage Digital. Voices provided by Wayne Holland as Zaki and Curtis Fletcher as Captain Suhail. Episode written, directed, and edited by Syed Kashef and Atef Hussain. For more content by Mirage Digital, please visit our site at www.mirage.digital.
Content copyright and production copyright 2025 by Mirage Digital.